of Leave It on the Court podcast with your host, Jay Dimes, with my little bro, Giannis, where we talk basketball, everything basketball, anything basketball. Yeah, we see you on today's show. We everybody to go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Make sure you check us out every Sunday at 4 o'clock right here on Instagram Live. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on X. And with all that being said, before I choke my uncle, what we got going on, Yanni?
All right, so we're gonna start this. My bad. We're gonna actually talk about the Boston Celtics in this episode. We'll talk about Draymond Green. We're also gonna talk about the Spurs and this OKC debacle. But we're gonna start this episode on bringing in our Uncle Vern,
Yeah, he
to
had
discuss what he want to discuss.
Okay, so let's get him up here.
Oh, all right. Give me a second, big bro. Well, I'm having malfunction here. Give me 1 second. That's crazy.
What's up, old man?
Hey, y'all. Trying to be like y'all when I grow up, that damn it.
Yeah.
What up, twin?
All right. So we brought up here today. He been wanting to come. He said he been wanting to come up. He had a little he had some questions he wanted to ask about. So Unc, you have the floor. What's today's question?
Well, first, I want to start out with this GOAT thing. And they talk about, I just read this yesterday,
Okay.
and they were speaking about the GOATs as far as LeBron being a GOAT and Curry being a GOAT, and which one of them should be first in the GOAT hunt. And I clearly took Steph Curry as the GOAT over LeBron, before LeBron, just because of his achievements. He never switched teams. He stayed home. He won all his chips at home. He didn't chase nobody, didn't ask nobody, didn't follow nobody. That's GOATism. That's what it's about.
That's a new word, boy.
GOATism. They like that word, bro?
I like that word.
That's that 510 shit, But yeah, that's that GOATism.
Straight up. Straight up.
And so they're having a debate on it. And a lot of people are saying LeBron clearly, but to me, two things I have against LeBron is two of his championship wins.
Mm-hmm.
One after the strike. I call that win after the strike a given to him, because the time the league was suffering, they were taking a big hit from that strike. LeBron was the face of the league during that time. He was clearly the face of the team that time. So to me, that championship was given to him. I'm never going to give him credit for the bubble. A lot of people do, and a lot of people want to say, well, they this, that. None of the teams had a full roster, didn't have the injury, didn't have the long season, they didn't have none of that stuff going on. So to me, that was no more than you won at the rec. That was just a bunch of rec playing brothers who, trying to make the league stretch out, and they stretched it out with the few people they had, like we do when we go to the gym. We gonna get the best players and what have you. That one I don't give to him, and like I said, the other one I don't give to him because it was after the strike and he was the face. Curry did everything Curry did, bro. He did it at home. He didn't chase nobody. He never asked nobody. He fought through his injuries. What do you mean it's not true?
Because they had.
They did. He didn't ask for Durant.
No, they did.
He didn't ask for Durant. Durant asked for him.
No, he got a phone call from Draymond.
Okay, well,
he definitely got a phone
Draymond. Okay, now hear that name that you use, bro. Listen to that name that you use.
They all went out there to go recruit that dude. So we're not gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Okay, well, I'll give you that. But still, as far as the GOAT go, I got to give it Steph over LeBron all day.
Okay. Jan, you want to go first? Go ahead.
You sure you want me to go first?
Okay.
We want to hear you first.
I'll go. Okay, so my thing with this is
just so y'all can see,
LeBron.
Oh yeah, you doing it right.
LeBron has done something that was. I'll give him the edge on the GOAT going first, right next to Jordan. Jordan is my GOAT, period. But if we're gonna have 1A or something like that, LeBron goes before Steph just because the pressure LeBron had from being who he was and actually following through on top of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dudes that came from high school that never met the pressure. You know what I'm saying? We can literally only probably name 2 to 3 dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only been about, maybe 5 at the most. It's only been about 10 of them that you can remember and make names of. You know what I'm saying? But it's only like 2 or 3 of them actually came out of high school and actually achieved all the hype that he had. Then there's the fact the longevity. I mean, so I call him the longevity GOAT. It's being able to be this consistent for this amount of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's only recently had the injury thing where he's been out for a lot of the season, but he was good for an 82 game season for the first whole half of his season. And you got his first half, he was till he's 30. You know what I'm saying? The dude is still playing. He was good for a game. Now we can't forget that Steph early in his career, the ankle problems kind of like slowed down his trajectory. You know what I'm saying? He has had whole seasons where he had to take off where LeBron didn't. And so you had to put all these aspects in. I will say that it's a real close conversation because the thing that I will give Steph right now is he's maintaining greatness at this point. LeBron's 25s ain't doing that to help the team. You know what I'm saying, as of late. You know what I mean? The last couple of seasons, the 25 and 5 ain't been doing it. They've been getting first, second round, third round exits and stuff like that. So his greatness isn't contributing to wins anymore.
I'm gonna say this to that.
Steph, greatness is still contributing to wins. The Warriors ain't shit without Steph right now to this day. You know what I'm saying? And he's still carrying the team. He's still the best player on the team. He's like, he's 5 years younger than LeBron. But yeah, he's only 5 years younger than LeBron, and he's still the man. You know what I'm saying?
And he ain't 6'8" and weigh 265 pounds either.
I know that,
Get the hell out of here. That's why I'm always gonna have that little man giving that goat, man.
That gives that contradiction argument because that gives LeBron the edge because it is hard to carry around with all that weight and not ever be hurt. You know, and like I said, we talk about the first whole half of his career. How many games did he win? Like, not a lot. So you feel me, to be carrying all that weight, to be able to maintain his greatness for that time says a lot. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about like right now, the game right now, Steph is a better player than LeBron right now. And he's been a better player for the last 2 or 3 years.
For the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Now let me hear you down. What's your opinion on that?
Because Steph's game has contributed to the Warriors winning. LeBron's playing the same game, but it's not adding up to win. He's not the guy carrying the team no more.
All right. So I'm gonna start this off by saying I typically don't like even taking part in these GOAT debates because it's not factual, it's opinion, right? They're not playing in the same era, not playing with the same teams, not playing with the same coaches. They're not playing head. Most of the time, they're not playing head.
Same type of ball, right.
Same type of ball, things like that. Then I'm also start this off by saying I'm a Warrior fan, and Steph Curry is one of my favorite players of all time. I probably got him number 2 behind Damian Lillard as far as my favorite.
As far as guards go? When you say that, you talking about okay.
He's talking about his personal favorite. He's not
talking
about
my personal favorite. I'm not talking about like GOATs or anything, just my favorite, the guys I like to watch.
He's saying his personal favorite is Dame over
Steph. Okay. Now, what separates LeBron from Steph and what we all forget is that we're watching. We can see these. We can see LeBron versus Steph. And we've seen it a lot, actually. And in these matchups, when they go head to head, LeBron has averaged more points, LeBron has averaged more steals. LeBron has averaged more assists. LeBron has averaged more rebounds. And LeBron has averaged more blocks in these head-to-head matchups. So Steph Curry is listed as a point guard for the Golden State Warriors. And again, he's one of my favorite players. So it kind of hurts me to do this, but LeBron is averaging more assists than you. And he's not listed as a point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What separates the two is consistency, just straight up consistency. We're talking about a guy, the only guy in NBA history with a career triple-double. LeBron James got nearly 42,000 points, 11,000 rebounds, and he's about to eclipse Chris Paul for second all-time in NBA history in assists. He's the only guy to do that. He's first in points and he's about to be second in assists before he retires. The last time LeBron James scored under 10 points in a game was 2007. That's 18 years ago. Steph just had 9 points a couple weeks back. We've seen these guys go head-to-head in the finals. Matter of fact, before we get to the finals, LeBron James and the Lakers just eliminated Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors first in the play-in and then in the playoffs. I was mad about it, but LeBron James was the main catalyst for that, eliminating Steph Curry and the Warriors twice in back-to-back years. And then in the finals, again, another first. He's the only guy to lead his team and the opposing team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Only guy to ever do that on a triple-double while averaging nearly 33 points. And then to top all that, he
But he lost more. But he lost more head-to-head to Steph, though.
Right. So there's team accolades and then there's personal accolades. Yes, he did lose to Steph. However, Steph had the better team. When my Warriors beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, back-to-back in back-to-back finals, you had last year's MVP and you have the unanimous MVP all on the same team to beat one guy there. It's kind of unfair.
The first time they won, they didn't have Kevin.
Right. So and then the first finals victory for my Warriors, our first championship in 30, 40 years. LeBron James didn't have his second or his third best player, and they still almost beat us. I ain't gonna lie, I was sweating. You remember because K Love went down when dude dislocated his shoulder, and then Kyrie Irving went down that first game after breaking his knee, and that game still went into overtime.
Oh, you can't blame Steph for things.
I'm not blaming Steph.
Like Draymond getting suspended, and maybe the finals are different. And he don't get suspended because Brown won that championship on the back that Draymond wasn't there.
Yeah, so in my mind, in my mind, my Warriors would have won that finals. But I don't like to do the shoulda, coulda, woulda. The fact remains is my Steph Curry, my Warriors, lost the NBA Finals while being up 3-1. That's the only finals in NBA history. And again, another first for LeBron James, where a team came back from 3-1 to win the finals.
But they both for the end, regardless of the teams, because we can't negate the fact that when LeBron had the best team, probably comparable to that team with Durant, he didn't do the job either, though. If you put Steph on that team, I think they win all 4 of those.
Yeah, I don't know. You're doing that shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff again. I know,
but all I'm saying, okay, let's talk facts. Out of 4 finals, he lost 2. Steph only lost 1 finals he's ever been in.
Again,
come on,
consistency, right? So that finals, that Steph lost, he had the greatest team ever assembled, and everybody got hurt. Kevin Durant got hurt. Klay Thompson, his running mate, got hurt.
Is that when Steph get to the thing, it has to be something like that in order for him to lose. But if he goes there, everybody's on tilt. He don't lose. LeBron had a full D Wade, Chris Bosh on four occasions, only came out twice and lost to a Dallas team that he shouldn't have lost to.
I actually agree with that. I don't think he should have lost to that Dallas team. However, Dwayne Wade himself said he should have moved out the way. He should have go ahead and gave LeBron a helm, but he wanted to prove a point himself that he was still the guy in Miami, and he just wasn't. And then that last one versus the Spurs that they lost, that damn Dwayne Wade averaged 13 points in the finals.
But these are the variables I think that where Uncle Vern is talking about the tangibles. The tangibles had that LeBron has had with team to team goals. Steph has took advantage of it. Whenever he's had a great team, they won all the time. They never lost unless injuries came or something like that. But if he went to a finals full tilt with a team, they never lost. LeBron has been full tilt with the absolute best team on paper and in the league, and has lost terribly. And not only
that's the part that gets me right here.
Vern reminded me of something.
Except for that 3-1 finals.
LeBron did win 3-1 down, but he also lost 3-1 down to a weaker team.
He never lost 3-1 down.
Yeah, the Dallas game, the Dallas finals. Dallas was down.
They were down 2-1. They went down 3-1.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying though, they had a team that was comparable to that Warriors team and lost 2 down to a team they shouldn't have lost to.
That's not comparable.
The year they won with Kyrie.
Steph has lost that bad with a full tilt Warrior team.
That 3-1 comeback.
And then the Spurs championship. They whooped their motherfucking ass. They whooped that Heat team ass. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade averaged 13 points in that finals.
But that's not what we talking about.
Hey, that's when LeBron's supposed to take over. That's when LeBron's supposed to take over. That's when the great ones take over.
That's what I'm saying. I was just going to say.
That's what I didn't never see from LeBron. That part.
The LeBron had a terrible series in that series too, outside of 2 games.
And I keep telling you that series when they had Kyrie. That's Kyrie championship, man. That's Kyrie championship. I don't give a damn. Man, LeBron rode boy back all through the
Stop. LeBron is damn near 50 points in the finals. Don't do that. Even that game,
what Kyrie was doing,
Kyrie hit that shot, LeBron and him had the same amount of points. They both had 40 or 50 points.
But it was the thing that Kyrie was doing also that kept the other team off because they couldn't really concentrate on LeBron because of what Kyrie was doing. So a lot of attention, Kyrie got a lot more attention than everybody give him.
Somebody said Shannon respect.
He showed out. Kyrie showed out for everyone in the game. Kyrie showed. That was that boy's help.
Check this out, though. Okay, so Shannon said respectfully, LeBron, that Spurs team had upright. It don't matter, man. If we're gonna, okay, it's like this. I always had this conversation with my brother when we talk about the Jordan thing and stuff, right? Jason Terry. I always say this shit. This always make me mad about that shit. This thing when we talk about LeBron and the GOAT. Jason Terry got a tattoo of the championship before they even won the championship. If you do that to Mike, the game is over. You're not you don't show that tattoo. You don't even speak on that tattoo.
If you'd have did it to Curry, he did the same thing.
You're not gonna win no more games after that if you disrespect Mike like that. So
hey, check this out.
What we say, all I'm saying is there's levels to GOATness. LeBron is the GOAT. Yes. But
they go.
seen him have some of the worst moments as a GOAT in basketball history so far as losses with teams that were good enough to win.
Okay, so I'll let you get yours off. And you made a great point. Now, in that Spurs Finals 2014, LeBron averaged 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, while Dwayne Wade averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, and a block a game. Chris Bosh averaged 12 points. I don't know what you're supposed to do with a Kawhi and a Tim Duncan and a Popovich and a Tony Parker and a Manu Ginobili when your second or third guy is only giving you 12 and 13 points. He didn't get shut down. His other guys did. Second, you can't be over a guy in a GOAT debate if you lose in the finals when you're up 3-1. You were up 3-1 and you lost to the guy that you're saying that you're better than. That just
But he ain't never lost. He ain't never, regardless of what D Wade and Bosh did, Steph ain't never got his ass whooped like that. Regardless
Steph
of what
has had bad, really bad finals games.
Ass whooped like that, though.
Being up 3-1 and
Not
getting
with
your ass whooped.
teammates. They were on the floor. You know the rule, John. If you're on the floor, you gotta play. If they only
play.
13 and 12 points because they got shut down. Not
So that's what I'm saying.
Not because they weren't good enough, because the Spurs were just that good.
So that's what I'm saying. Steph was on the floor and got his ass whooped, and that 3-1 come from behind, especially in that Game 7 when Kyrie Irving hit the 3-point shot. Hold on. When Kyrie Irving hit that game-winning shot over Steph Curry in Game 7 on his home floor, come on, man.
No,
Steph Curry, you can't be considered in a GOAT debate when you have to come off the floor when the game is on the line because they attack you on defense.
But that's 1 out of 3 times, John. LeBron got the best of the man 1 out of 3 times.
The reason for the I'm a Curry guy.
Move to a better spot, Unc. Your phone is going in and out.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, but in the matchup, LeBron has lost more than Steph, regardless of who had who, when, what, where, and how. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron could have made the phone call. He could have called Durant. Durant, hey, bro, don't go to the West Coast. Come over here. But Durant didn't do that. He was like, I want to play with a team that suits me. It's a lot. Okay, so we're not going to pretend like LeBron didn't have a pocket of time where he had the Kobe effect, where dudes was like, I don't want to go play with dude.
Right.
You can't have it both ways, man. If I'm playing against y'all,
if it's going both ways, you can't help but have it.
I can't go in a head-to-head matchup against you, and you outscore me, you out-rebound me, you out-block me, you out-steal me, and I'll still be like, no, I'm better than you because my team won. I don't care what I did.
But that's actually what it is, though, John. That's actually what it is, because we can't play one-on-one. So at the end of the day, it's who the best team is. It's who's at the top of the team that led that team to that win. That's how you justify me talking smack to you. Yeah, my team was better than yours, but we've seen good teams lose, which would make me bring up which was what made me bring up the Heat. We've seen good teams lose. So you can't. So if he would have won, you wouldn't be making this argument.
If he won,
right?
If he won, but since Steph knew what to do with his 2 stars and knew how to win back to back with the niggas he had on
stay back. Yep.
So that
because
makes
Steph, you guys got to realize too. Steph realized
in some ways that makes him a better star because he knew how to utilize the
right. Steph actually took a seat down. He actually stepped down so KD could fill his role and play the way he played. That's another thing you got to look at. That
is another thing you got to look at.
He actually did that, and that's another thing that we don't look at. See, it's a lot more to it.
GOATness too. It's recognize what you have next to you and making it great
and making it look good. LeBron never did that.
We see teams that have been put together and a star still don't make the team great. They just a good ass team. But when it come down to it, come down and they play a team that's fully together. The games
Come
go
on.
7 games and stuff like that. When you have a GOAT, a superstar who's well adjusted to the fact that he can bring other stars better and they maintain their greatness next to him, that's GOATness.
Come on, Josh. That's all
So
I'm saying,
so
baby.
listen
That's basketball. That's team ball. And
so
that's what
listen
I've
at
never got from LeBron either. I've never seen him take nobody, put him on his side, and make him a better player or make him as good or nothing. I've never seen LeBron do that. Those are goat talk.
But we
That's
Julius.
goated.
we
See,
Hold on, wait a
when you
minute. Time out. Wait a minute.
LeBron had Love. What did Love do? Love was a 2020 man. What did he do when he got to LeBron?
What did Julius
What did
Gaskins do?
Kyrie Irving do when he was with LeBron his first time? He left. He
He
didn't want
made
to
three
be with him no
All-Star
more.
games and won a
but
championship.
we know
The
we but
Jonas,
we
hold on,
but we
hold on,
but
wait,
I
hold
go
on.
to,
Jonas Gaskins made 2 All-Star games. Mo Williams made an All-Star game. Whatchamacallit? Tristan Thompson got a $90 million contract.
but we're not but
And
it's just as many players
before he
that
wasn't nothing, after he
but on
wasn't
the
nothing.
other but on the other token, it's just as many players that he done killed off and killed their game too on the other token.
And hold on. And then you also mentioned that Steph Curry
That's why
moved
Wade
out the
only
way
had
so
13.
Durant
That's why Bosh had
could be the
12.
guy, right? That's what you said earlier. When Dwayne on the
15.
flip side of that, Dwayne Wade had to move the hell out the way so LeBron can be. That's usually what you do for the better player because you think someone is better than you move out the way. LeBron ain't had
I
to
still
do
have
that
Steph Curry
ever.
I
did,
still
yeah.
don't think that
Steph Curry did.
I personally think that if D Wade doesn't ever get hurt, LeBron is not a better player than D Wade. He won a championship, came out the same draft. He won a championship first. Like I think if D Wade stays healthy, doesn't ever get that knee injury and shit, the conversation is different.
Again,
Conversation different. I agree
again,
with that too.
again. Dwayne Wade was averaging 30 and 8 before Bron got there. He had to move out the way that year.
But how
The year
crazy is that?
that
No,
Dallas swept the
you're
Lakers.
telling the Finals MVP he has to move out the way. That don't
Move
sound
out the
crazy.
way. Not play
Dwayne
along or play
Wade
along
said
or
he
trying
had
to
to
make the
move
way
out
to
the
make the
way. He
program work,
realized
but
that
to
there was
move
a guy
out
in
the
the
way.
locker room that was better than him. He said, "Look,
I understand
look,
that.
I'm messing up. We just lost to Dallas. We was supposed to lose to Dallas. He's clearly the guy. I got to remove my ego and myself to get out the way. But that's neither here nor there. The
That
guy
man
that
averaged 34.
y'all saying
Yeah,
is better than LeBron
Vern
James
Hush. That man
lost
averaged 30. He
a
has the
3-1 lead to
highest
LeBron
finals,
James
second highest
in the
finals,
finals when it mattered most because the guy
second
y'all saying is better had bad
highest
games
knowledge.
in the finals. It's as simple as that, man. But that was 30 minutes on that topic.
D Wade has the second or the first highest finals average ever. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Wayne Wade is a killer. Yeah,
When he
Wayne
was
Wade's a killer.
flashed, nobody can fuck with dude. All right,
Nobody
Yeah,
fuck with
let's go to the
he was
next.
a problem.
that. Is so ugly. So okay,
Um,
so now while
yeah,
we're on this GOAT
so
thing, let's put a little total on this one because stand in the GOAT thing. When we always speaking of the ghosts and talking about the ghosts, the man never come up in the conversation. I was talking with Josh about this last week. It's Kareem
I had to break it
to
down too.
fucking Jabbar.
yeah,
Championship through college, all through college, going to pros, when did the thing, and we don't speak on him. And
yeah.
I don't
So
think it's
I,
fair that his name doesn't get mentioned more.
I agree.
Period. Not just GOAT. I'm just talking about period. All around basketball player. Man has changed the game. Did everything.
He
so
did.
I had
Changed.
broke it down. I had broke this down to him to try to get him to
And
understand.
it was. I
We got
loved it too.
conversations because we're in the guard era. If we when like I said when Shaq and Ewing and Patrick and all them were in the conversation of being up in there, then that's when Kareem was prevalent. He was
His name don't come up in.
now we're in a guard lace era. So the dynamic is different and the conversation is different and it's going away from the big man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
If we get another two Jokic's and maybe another Wimby, the conversation will come back to the big man
I
being
understand that. Yeah, that's a great point there.
with small forwards and shooting guards being and point guards being the main conversation right now. Kareem is left out of the conversation because he's not.
Okay, but then when we do have them conversations about the big man, Shaq, Robinson, blah blah, Kareem still doesn't come into the
No,
conversation. His name is not mentioned.
I don't believe
Okay.
that.
And I'm gonna tell you somebody else whose name is left out of the conversation at center, at the big man, was Elijah Wan. Nobody did it better. Both ends of the floor. Nobody did it better. Not even Kareem. And he doesn't get mentioned.
So
Elijah Wan was the beast.
Let me tell you this. Like, so when folks ask me who I think the greatest players are, I got a top 5. And I usually exclude, just so you know, I usually exclude Bill Russell and Chamberlain because I say modern basketball.
Era and time, right.
Yeah,
Which I do too.
they're different. They're all far and away in space, and they just there's too many.
Their respect is stitched in. We can't even talk about them because
I don't even talk about them. But
right.
I usually go Bron, Jordan, Kareem, Cole, and Steph. So that's my top 5 in that order. Kareem is one of the greatest. That's my top 5 in that order.
Let me hear yours, Josh. Just out of curiosity, let me hear yours, Josh.
Oh shit. Mike, and Mike. Mike Jordan, D-Wade, Kareem, Magic, and Bird.
So you don't even got Bron in your top 5?
No, because you can't. Because it took me. It was really hard to leave them out, but I have respect for the innovators, man.
Here's my 5 goal. Without
Bird and Magic, there is no LeBron. There is no Mike. There is nobody.
I love you for that, nephew. Here's my 5. My 5 goal. My 5 goal. So Elijah Wan, Duncan, Bird, Mike, and Magic.
Wait.
And now put that on the court with anybody.
So wait, you got Elijah Wan as the greatest player of all time?
Elijah Wan is my man.
Okay,
because
so Elijah
Wan did the way he did it.
So say that one more time.
I have Elijah Wan, Bird. Elijah Wan, Duncan, Bird, Magic, and Kobe. Mike, not Kobe, but Mike. And Magic.
Is Kareem not even your greatest player?
Because reason I don't put Kareem there, even though he scored the points he did and he did what he did, he won 1 championship at Milwaukee. He didn't get his other 2 till until Bird got there. Magic got there. So that's why I put him below Elijah Wan.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I have Elijah Wan, Duncan.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bird.
Duncan. I can't bump. Kareem was just a force, man. That dude was a force, bro. I like to put Shaq in there, and but Kareem, bro. It's hard when you got a shot that nobody can ever, bro. That is just, and he can hit it from anywhere, 3-point, mid-range, close. It don't matter, bro. And then you 7'2". He was Wemby before Wemby. Only thing he couldn't do is do the crossover dribble. But I bet you give him.
Yes, he could. Yes, he could. I didn't know that.
He had to do it. He could do it.
He could do it. He could dribble. He was a ball hunter. See, that's nobody like when you guys got to see Kareem, all he had was a jump shot. But in Milwaukee, the year he won the championship, Kareem was a turnaround face-up jump shot shooter.
That's what made me say that if Bill Walton don't get hurt, we talk about a whole different. This conversation is different. The whole big man conversation is a whole.
But Bill Walton still wouldn't have been able to handle goddamn Elijah Wan. Man, the way that man moved around that goddamn pump fakes and boom to boom. Elijah Wan was a center playing, was a point guard playing center. Fuck.
Bill Walton was Jokic before Jokic, dude. What are you talking about?
Who?
That Bill Walton was fucking Jokic.
Oh yeah, Bill Walton was listen. He would
pass, he can shoot, and he was a better defender.
And his IQ was a lot better than anybody's. You ain't gonna find nobody with a higher IQ than Walton.
Like,
Even
yeah,
Kareem
like
IQ wasn't as good as Walton. Like Walton had this special.
Walton
I
was
mean,
Walton was raw as hell.
Walton
So,
played like John Wooden would write something up and Walton would do it to the fucking letter, and so he took that into his career. Everything that Wooden wrote up. That
And that's
Walton
another
was
that won
if
championship
man
high school, championship college, 2 years in the
three in
NBA
college,
championship. So
three in college, bro.
back to back, and then come to the NBA, 2 years in the league, one with a team that shouldn't have won, and he was the man. But anyway,
Yeah,
though, all right. So let's get to our main subjects. Unc, you gonna stick around? Or are you out?
I'm gonna stick here a minute. I want to hear it.
Okay.
so let's talk about these Boston Celtics, man. Tim Bontemps had a straw poll, and in his straw poll, he has Jalen Brown finishing at number 5 in MVP voting this season.
Where
The
Merc at?
Boston Celtics, the Boston Celtics are 19-11. That's good enough to be third in the Eastern Conference. How you feeling about Jalen Brown and Boston Celtics,
I
big
just
bro?
want. I wish
He is
Merc was
Boston to
here.
me.
He don't want to join the live because he already know. I'm loving this for one reason and one reason only. Because I said this shit was gonna happen. I said it. 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 If he get an opportunity to be the man, once he get uh, uh, um, um, acclimated to understanding he's the number one guy, boom,
And
Okay.
he was fighting to be that too as he was playing. He was playing to be that.
boom.
The
And like
media
now, in
lifted
all this debate about
Tatum up to me.
why are we talking about who's the best guy next to Jason Tatum? Boom, right?
Boom.
Boom. That's what we
So,
talking about right here.
so should it be who the
Why
best guy next to Brown? Should it be that?
this
So,
is why the conversation is up in the air. Who is the best player on the Celtics? This is why.
Uncle Vern, I got a question for you.
What's that?
All right, so Jalen Brown, and for the month of December, hasn't scored under 30 points yet. 7 straight games with 30 points or more.
Don't surprise me.
When they make it to the playoff and Jason Tatum makes his return, should Jalen Brown still be the number one option on offense?
Of course. Why would you want to change? Why would you want to change horse in the middle of the stream? If he was
I
out of
have
here,
an answer for
why
that
not keep it right and then get Jason Tatum to play into what Brown is doing and make the
because,
team even better?
because he light skinned and we emotional. So don't act like you don't know.
He got that light skin
Don't don't
syndrome.
don't
No,
don't,
no,
don't act like
he
you
got
don't
that
know.
light skin syndrome.
I'm gonna keep it simple for y'all. We like light skinned people don't like to be put second.
That's right. That's what I said. Got that light
So
skin
I'm
syndrome.
not coming back. This is my team. If you know this, you take a back seat. That's what I'm sorry. Unfortunately, light skin power. But no, I'm just saying though, no, but for real though, no, for real, because of the fact that you want Jason to feel that the team is still his. You don't want him to come back and hey, look, we gave the keys to Jalen, and you just got to do what you got to do. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And and unfortunately, as it sounds, that's just how it goes when it's a hierarchy on teams. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
even when Kobe was, I'll go back to the story with Kobe shared when Shaq went down with the abdominal. I think it was the abdominal injury or the wrist injury or whatever. Kobe went on a tear, 40 a game. Phil was like, look, you got to dial it back. We getting the big man back. You know what I'm saying? Kobe like, fuck that. I'm still. And so he continued on, and Shaq started complaining and start hustling less and stuff like that. So Phil had to call him in the office again. Look, bro, I understand you trying, but you got to dial it back. We losing the big man. So it's just part of the hierarchy in the league itself. When your guy come back, he don't have to fit in. Y'all have to fit in around him. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Mm.
That's
So,
basketball. That's the way the game is played. But
Doesn't make it fair, and I don't
right,
think
that
that
part.
I don't think that that Brown is just gonna be like, all right, he like, I'm finna keep doing what
Right,
I'm
right. I
doing.
don't think so either. And it might cause a problem.
He doesn't give me that vibe. Like he's like, all right, I'm gonna dial it back. I think he's just like, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully, he fits right in.
I got one
Jalen
question I
Brown.
need to go to while it's on my mind though. from OKC. Jay Will and Kid, the boy, he killed
SGA.
SJ. Will he be the same without Williams?
We gonna
Here?
get to that. Go let the show
Yeah.
go on. We gonna get to that. Hold on.
Yeah. So that actually gonna be the next subject.
All right,
And
good. Then I'll wait around.
We got this. Don't worry. Don't worry. We got this, bro.
We're actually going to kind of jump through this one because the last question is for you, Josh. Would Jalen Brown be a first team All NBA?
I certainly, if I look, check this out. I will individually slap every voter if this man don't make first team and he in top 5 MVP.
Thank you.
That shit is stupid. That would be stupid. You can't put him in top 5 voting for MVP and he don't make first team. Nothing. Like, stop it.
So Jalen Brown is on record saying that the media doesn't mess with him like that.
And this is my
point.
Don't. If I was him, I would personally slap him. But see, this is the thing though. Like, you can't deny greatness, man. All he got to do is keep his head down.
Keep doing what he's doing. Yeah.
And don't worry, and the rest will fall into place.
Yeah, it's gonna come out. Yeah.
So next subject, OKC has been beaten 3 times in a row now by the San Antonio Spurs over the past month and a half.
Got their number, man. Wemby is becoming to be what we thought he was gonna be, and the rest of the guys, they got their number. It's simple as that.
Speaking of which, go ahead, let him finish.
It's simple as that. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna serve it up. So, Uncle Vern, you said Wemby has become what we thought he was going to be. I'm on record stating that I thought Wemby was going to be good. However, I didn't think he was going to be this. At the start of the season, I called my brother after Wemby scored 40 points, had about 15 rebounds, had about 4 blocks, and had 6 or 7 assists and 3 steals. I was like, dude might be one of the greatest to ever do it. You might have to include him in the GOAT debate if he can stay healthy and continue to do this. Now, my brother was on record, especially after the Olympics, was like, the NBA better be scared of Victor Wembanyama this upcoming NBA season. So he goes to study with the monks.
He learned the lesson doing that season.
Yeah, man. He does his side journeys. So bro, the San Antonio Spurs are now 23-7 in a tough Western Conference. Did you expect the Spurs to be this good?
Wait a minute, hold on.
The Spurs?
I told you so. Wait, hold on. Wait. Hush, Uncle Vern.
Okay.
I told you so. Wait a minute, let me say that.
I already knew it.
I told you so. Wait. I fucking told you so. Wait. Last year, I said when they got this dude, y'all, when we was picking teams going into the playoffs and picking teams who's gonna be good last year, and everybody was like, and when I said y'all need to be worried about the Spurs. The Spurs are okay. Let's go back in history. When have the Spurs ever been bad for more than 3 years?
Right before Wemby.
Well, that was Republicans, though.
Now let's go back. Let's go back to Duncan era. How many years was the Spurs bad before they got Duncan?
3, 2, 3.
Once again, they have a plan. The Spurs always have a plan. Every time they've ever tanked for their first player, whatever they got, the first player.
Because who thought Tim Duncan was going to be what he turned out to be?
I did.
Nobody.
I did because he was that at Wake Forest. People forget that he was doing the same damage at Wake Forest that he was doing with the Spurs. That's why they took him first. That's why he came in good. He was a 4-year senior that played his last 3 years and was the best college player in basketball. Back to what I was saying.
And then he went to a wisdom coach.
I knew that if this young man could stay healthy, and once they made that De'Aaron Fox trade, that this team would be the second to third best team in the West Coast.
I was telling Jason the same thing, got cussed out.
So now I
Kermit, I
told you
didn't know
so.
I was talking
I
about.
told you so. I told you so. I told you so.
I didn't know
I
I was
told you
talking
so.
about.
I
What
told
did
you so.
I want to do? I
I
said, see, that's where
told
you're not.
you so. I told you so. Read my lips. I told
I
you
already knew
so.
it, Josh.
I
I already knew
these
it.
dudes, these
Uncle
dudes
Vern.
are
One
really
thing I gave Wimby credit for because nobody's stopping it. We all talk basketball, we all talk basketball, but that man IQ and how he was looking at that game and seeing that game opposed to where he was playing overseas and when he came here to America, how different it was and how he played his game, but he was paying attention as he was doing stuff. He would try and move. If it didn't work, like that comedian, I can't think of his name, but he would come out there with his jokes on paper. He'd throw it out there at you to see if it worked. If it didn't work, he said, yeah, I scratched that one. He go on to the next joke. That's what Wimby was doing, figuring out the lead. He
well. My
he
thing.
played up here. He played the game up here where a lot of people didn't recognize that because he was so long and so tall. I kept saying, but watch him. The shots he's taking, them 3-point shots, a lot of shots he was taking like experiment shots.
You know
Look at
who
the
needs
shots
a
he's
lot of
taking
credit?
now.
You know who needs a lot of credit? Whoever the guy that does their overseas scouting is a genius.
It's always happening. He brought
Cause
Tony Parker. He
he done
brought
got Tony Parker, he done got Ginobili, he
Ginobili.
got a Boris Diaw, and now he done picked up another nigga.
Come on.
Whoever that dude that's doing the scouting over there, he needs a medal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because he knows how to find talent, bro, from the
Right.
overseas.
He does. From overseas.
I've only seen 1 or 2 players that didn't pan out with the Spurs that was from over there. Even Splitter and all them end up being serviceable basketball players. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But the Spurs just know how to pick them foreign guys, dude. And the Spurs,
Yeah.
they're one of them organizations that's never down for long, dude. Like they
That's
know
right.
they know how to call it quits. All right, we ain't gonna be good. Shut it down for a few years. All right, we gonna pick here. We gonna pick here. They had back-to-back rookie of the years and still had the top 5 pick in the draft this year. And now look at them. Now
So
look at
Uncle
them.
Vern.
And
Uncle
then
Vern.
Dylan done fell into place. He like, all right,
Dylan, how you like Dylan?
good where I'm at. He ain't even on some like send me somewhere else or nothing like that. He done fell into place to where Castle got to look over his shoulder.
He reminds me of Josh Hart. His hustle and his way of playing reminds me of Josh Hart.
This team is young, athletic, intelligent. Have a good.
Intelligent. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Intelligent.
Young, fast, intelligent, and have a good backing behind them. They have a good organization.
Yes, indeed.
And stuff. This is exactly the type of love that they need as a young team have an organization.
That's why the Spurs ever since.
And then they went and hired a millennial coach, a coach that fits their mentality.
What Popovich is doing.
I'm glad you said that.
So he up there doing all this shit with him and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but he also was tutored under Pop. So he still has a demeanor and
that's what I'm saying. Got that
voice in the locker room to command the respect to settle everybody down. This team will be good for the next 5 years. And if Wimby don't win the next 2 or 3 championships after SGA and them settle down, I'll be totally shocked.
All right. So I got a question for you. So a couple of statements before I ask the question is that before OKC lost to the Spurs 3 times in a row, OKC was heralded as the best team in basketball.
Yeah, they did.
They were beating everybody ass. Spurs gave OKC 3 of their losses. Spurs had an average win plus minus of 20 points or 18 points. They still have 3 to 4 first round picks over the next 3-4 years. OKC is was on pace to have one of the best regular season records in NBA history.
Right.
Now, with all that out the way, the Spurs and beat them 3 times. I'm glad you mentioned a young coach because I'll say myself, and I'll see if you agree with this, is that I feel like the young coach has injected some energy in that locker room, something that Pop just couldn't do, being 70 years old.
That's a fact.
So, one, do you think the young coach helped? And two, do you now think the Spurs are the best team in basketball?
I ain't gonna say the best team.
Okay.
To me, the team to worry about just for me, what I'm saying is still New York. Coming out of that motherfucking and that goddamn Jalen Brunson and like I said, once Anthony Town puts his head down, ain't nobody stopping him. Nobody in the league can guard Town.
Wemby.
Well, but then he's got to
Wemby
be.
can
That's all
guard
you have to be.
anything that
He
comes to
can
the
guard
rim.
him. But so what I'm saying is still, they did beat San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that Brunson, man, he's not. They talk about him, but he's not getting his. He's not getting
Was
his just
everybody
due.
healthy that game?
Don't
Was
make me
Fox
think.
there? Because if Fox wasn't there, that don't count.
And that's another thing. Now that right there, Fox. Jason said, "Oh, he got better since he." I said, "No, he did not." I said, "He's still the same player. The only problem was wrong with Fox is he was playing in Sacramento, but he was running Sacramento. So shut the fuck up. Now he done got with a bunch of real fucking ballers, and he's still doing what Fox is. He's not getting enough credit, and I wanted to bring that up too. He's not getting enough credit for who he is and what he do.
Okay, so like to
Underrated.
answer that, I think the Thunder are still the best team. I think that San Antonio is on their ass. They on their heels. But
Coming out the West, y'all.
San Antonio still has to learn how to win. They're still young at the end of the day, and they still have to learn how to win in big moments. I will say this playoff is gonna say a lot about the growth of San Antonio.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
say about San Antonio. I think San Antonio done figured out how to win now. I think they done passed that,
you can't
figured
say
it
that
out.
until it's in the highest of highest, like, stress factor. We talking about the playoffs where every
Okay,
single
so I'm gonna
game
say this. I'm gonna say
we
this.
have
I'm gonna say this.
we
Then this.
have
Remember, I said this. They're doing it now. They done
yeah.
figured it out. Their
But no,
mentality.
but we know that. But see, we know the playoffs is a whole different other monster. It's a whole nother monster, and we
Yeah,
have a
that's
team
true
who
too.
we'd have a team who just came off the best playoff run possibly since the Warriors or the Bulls or the Lakers with OKC. That's knowing how to win.
They
You
looking like
know,
OKC from
so
last year.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what
Looking
I'm
like that
saying
same
is,
team.
so what I'm saying is, if first of all they got to go in there healthy. That's first thing. If
That's first.
San Antonio can go in there healthy, they can be very dangerous. But for the last season or so, somebody has been down that's hindered that. One thing that the Thunder do have, they're so deep that it don't matter if somebody get hurt. You feel me? San Antonio ain't really got there yet. They almost there. They close. But they
So
ain't quite
simply,
there
let me
yet.
ask you
You
this
know what
about
I'm saying?
OKC.
Huh?
Can OKC continue winning without Jay Will? If he was to go
Yeah,
down
they
right
just
now.
did. They went 20-1 with. I mean, they went 19-0 without Jay Will. He just
Oh,
came
he
back
was
2
hurt? I
weeks
didn't know
ago.
that. I didn't know he was hurt.
Yeah,
I was just following the record.
that's the only reason why I'm making the argument. That's the only reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Is
Okay,
because
I didn't know that much.
I study what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is that, you know what I'm saying, Thunder are a proven winner all the way through the season, not just regular season, not just playoffs. They are a proven winner. Until we see San Antonio
They
do
still the
that
champ.
and do what they did to them in the regular season in the playoffs, they're still second fiddle to OKC as of yet. But
Yeah, that's gonna
they are
always be. Yeah,
they are
that's just
on
sport.
their heels. They are on their heels for
They
real.
are.
So
They
when we
are.
get like I say, this playoff is gonna say a lot about how far San Antonio has came as a team.
All
Okay.
right. So,
So now I got one more question. One more person
Oh,
I
we
want
got
to
2
talk
minutes.
about.
We only got 2 minutes left, so we gotta get
Damn it,
ready.
because I wanted to talk about that boy Cup.
But go ahead.
That boy down there in San Antonio. I mean
Dallas.
Dallas. In
Yeah,
Dallas.
Cooper
That
Cup
boy
hooping.
is that white boy man.
That boy
Come on,
hooping.
man.
No,
Hey,
he
yeah.
hooping. He
Hey,
hooping.
and tell your son, yeah, we got to talk about that one. Matter of fact, all three of us got to talk about that one. That Cooper
What?
Cup,
Yeah.
about him playing point guard and the job that Jason Kidd did. But anyway,
Oh yeah, Vern did say that. Vern,
hey,
Vern, you coming up next week, little Vern. You got planning to do. You got some
hey,
planning. Hey, look, I can't front. Like I didn't think it would turn out good either. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I will admit when I'm wrong. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
I'm glad that that he's playing up to par. I still don't think he is a point guard. I still don't think that's the best position for him to be playing. But we also need to see what once again, these are all things that we got to see what he look like with Kyrie. Got to see
okay,
what he look like with full with Anthony Davis at that position
He has
because
that
when
patience,
you have
Josh. He's a very patient player.
no when you have to give up the ball, it's different
wait.
you don't have to give up the ball.
Okay, fact.
Those are two different games.
I'm
We're gonna
talking.
talk about that one. We're gonna talk about that one. That's topic for next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vern,
Before
we
we
got
get off on
to
the
up here.
tangent, just
We got to
lastly,
Okay.
we gotta talk about Draymond Green and him walking off during the huddle mid third quarter of the Golden State Warriors game. So for our viewers who don't know, during the game versus the Orlando Magic, Draymond Green and Steve Kerr got in a heated argument during the third quarter in which Draymond Green ended up walking off the court and going back to the locker room while the Warriors finished the game. Now, Draymond Green did return in the fourth quarter, but only from the sideline to watch the game. He was never inserted back into the game. There, during the press conference, Draymond Green said this is not the first time that him and Steve Kerr have bumped heads and he's gotten passionate about it. And eventually they end up getting over it. But my question to you, Josh, is that something or is it nothing?
It's nothing but Draymond's gone. And I just sent you a
That
video.
sounds like something to
Uh,
me.
uh,
That sounds like
uh,
something to me too.
no, I'm finna explain to you why it's nothing.
Okay.
Because just like you just said, this done happened more than once.
That's
Uh,
why it's something.
Kerr, and Draymond they self said that this is normal, that y'all making it bigger than what it is. So I'm gonna take for what the people who said that it's not a problem, the people who are in the issue said they self out their mouth, this is just how we are. So sometimes it's a little bit too passionate, and sometimes I'm a passionate person, and this is just our this is how we are communicate with each other. It was just bad timing. It shouldn't have been on the floor, but it's no big deal. So if the two people are saying that it's no big deal, he hasn't been suspended, and there hasn't been no other repercussions coming from it, I'm gonna leave it at face value.
And that
But
what they said was nothing when he fired on that boy and the boy ended up getting traded in a couple of weeks after that.
uh, no, that's
They
not the
said it
same.
was nothing and then
They
ended up letting the boy go.
didn't fire on Steve Kerr. It's not the same. It's not the
I
same.
know, but then again, what I'm saying is they said it was nothing then. They said it was nothing then. It was just a
But
but
I
between
will
the
say,
two
I
and blah
do
blah
have
blah.
some. I
That's
do
what
have
you're supposed to say,
insight
bro.
on
When you're in the
why.
media and you're the team that's a team, a top rated team, and you're supposed to
Because
say those things, bro.
It's been this way for the last 3 years, and has he? I mean, for his whole career, and has he went anywhere? He's like
He
I
has
said,
one.
the first time this didn't happen. We done seen this happen on 2 or 3 different occasions during the game where him and Steve Kerr have went at it, and he didn't go nowhere for 4 championships. Once again,
Okay.
the two people that were in the argument said it's no big deal. Until something has happened, let's just take it as face value. But I will say this though. I have heard in the background that there is some trade talks
It's been some.
For Anthony Davis.
It's
So
been some.
Draymond, no, not for Draymond. Now there's conversation with all this going on, with Draymond being a part of the conversation with all this going on. You know what I'm saying? Kaminga, Buddy Hield, and Draymond, watch your backs. Because the Warriors are trying to get your contracts off, and y'all contracts line up perfectly with Anthony Davis's money. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, Draymond, you better straighten up, buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Warriors are looking to try to maybe call it a season and try to give one more goal for Steph.
Mm.
So if they have to clean out the spread, so we can maybe reel in another super dude. Like let's say
Uh-huh.
Giannis or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Draymond,
Yeah.
I would be on your best behavior, young man. So
Ooh.
Ooh-wee. And no, with
Ooh.
that,
yeah,
I
so
love
we
I
just
love to see it. I love to see Adonis in Golden State.
yeah, a bunch of people would,
I would
especially
love to see Adonis in Golden State.
that guy with the hat on right there. But that's the end of our show. We just left it on the court. Thank you for joining. I love you, man. I
Thank
appreciate you.
y'all.
well,
All
y'all,
right. Thank y'all for
Yeah,
having me.
hey,
appreciate
Young,
you, Twin.
love you, bro. You know, already know what it is.
Love you,
But
nephew.
Yes, sir.
I need everybody to go to that YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out every Sunday at 4 o'clock right here on Instagram Live. Make sure y'all check us out every Sunday at 4 o'clock on Instagram Live, man.
Yeah.
We really
Because
need
next week we
all
talking
the
about
love.
Darren Fox too. God
You
damn it.
feel me?
We're gonna have
And
a whole thing on Darren Fox, man. Look, we gotta give Darren Fox his
I'm
props,
ending
man.
my show. I'm trying to end my
I'm
show.
sorry.
Uh,
End it. Bye.
uh, so, like I said, man, kick your ass. Thank
I just
everybody for
wanted to know.
everybody that was in the chat. I'm sorry we couldn't get to y'all. You see, we got a bunch of egos. Everybody had to get off what they got to. I saw all the remarks and everything. We appreciate you guys for joining the chat. Please come again next week, and that's game.